you doing up there?
Working my tail off for you, tallying the losses. Wait, who'd you bring with you? Oh, it's Miss Trailblazer. I knew you'd step into the tavern and become one of us someday. Those with the makings of masked fools are naturally drawn to one another.
You sure know quite a few fools.
Ah, and the lovely lady behind you. You must be Miss Himiko, navigator of the Express. A pleasure to meet you.
Mr. Giovanni, just call me Himiko.
Normally only fools may enter, but since Sparkle brought you, and you are practically an old friend, I can make an exception as the caretaker. Let me show you around.
Gio, cut the spiel. Sampo says you recite that intro so often he's grown calluses on his ears. Want the Fool's treasure, souvenirs, and prank gear? Come to the Grand Treasury Storage. They've stashed everything here.
You stole my line again. I picked it up on a trip to another world. You've heard this phrase too, haven't you? I'll admit it's catchy. That's why I used it as a slogan. Storage area visits went up by 26% after that.
Business first. Did you see my pickup message I sent? Where's my stored anti-sparkle weapons?
Well, your storage list is a total mess. You never leave any notes. If I hadn't been called to audit, who'd know how many surprises you got stashed away? As for the anti-sparkle weapons, oh, I'd love to know what on earth that's supposed to be. Bah, why don't you go in and look for yourself? As requested, I've linked the vault entrance to your collection room.
Gio, did the imposter leave this behind?
How should I know? I've been...
Huh? What's this?
Whoa!
Hey, hey, gray hair. Where are you headed? Hey, hey, gray hair. Where? Hot. Hot.
kid, wake up. This rock is dangerous.
What? Dangerous? I'll smash it with one swing!
You got it! Smash every last one and bring them all back. Enjoy the surprise gift. Stellar Jade is the perfect bait for catching the nameless. How generous of you. First time I've seen a thief steal something and leave something even more valuable in the vault. Isn't this exactly the type of phantom thief flair we masked fools adore? Remove a carefully curated piece and leave a gift in place to soothe the owner. A jumbo-sized Stellar Jade is surely worth a jar of mimetic virus and a few anti-sparkle weapons, wouldn't you say? And you stole my other prized pieces too? That worthless junk? Consider it a complimentary vault cleaning. Before Sparxie begins, I'd like a little warm-up entertainment. Old model and the nameless. You should be able to break out of this room, right? Don't disappoint me now! Sparkle weapon has turned into a failed science project! Mimi! Mimi!
必ずや勝利を。この明かりは星のエクスカリバ
ー! Geo! The security here is an absolute mess!
You're in no position to talk. Even the drinksmith here is a temp. Count yourself lucky I'm kind enough to help tally your storage.
She didn't just steal my power and my collection! She completely destroyed Miss Sparkle's reputation! This is the worst day ever!
A correction, Miss Sparkle's worst day so far.
Wanna make fun of me? Go ahead.
Don't get me wrong. I also don't think gear tumbleweeds and giant mechs would work on someone spreading mimetic viruses. I thought of a way just now that might suppress the mimetic contagion at Graphia Academy. You can fight fire with fire, but a mimetic virus can be scoured away with water.
What do you mean?
Our informant at the school reports Sparxie is removing the central mural there. The imaginated mural, World Breaker Waves, is said to be a work left behind by Graphia herself. Legend says the wave comes from the Dove Brook river water she used to wash off her painting mistakes. The artists say it is blessed. That's why they kept it in the school. I couldn't understand why Sparxie went to such lengths to tear it down. Now I do. Painting mistakes are redundant information that stain a painting. A mimetic virus is redundant information that stains the mind. If someone knew how to harness this Dovebrook wave to wash over the school, they could cleanse the infection she spread. That's why Sparxie wanted to hide the mural. The waves on the painting aren't physical water. Only those versed in the art of imagenesis can control them. As a Graphia Academy alumna, I know a bit of traditional painting. Right now, our most directly effective plan is to break into the school, regain control of the mural, and use it to suppress Sparxie's movements.
Let's go. I'll make this imposter pay 100-fold.
Well, looks like our paths must part in haste. I wish you all fair winds on your journey ahead. Oh, if any of you feel uncertain about what's next, here's a small suggestion. Take a detour inside the Blistar light orb. For us masked fools, that light orb holds the same significance as the Phantos moon hanging above. Deep within the orb, everyone can find the divine revelations of the elation.
This doesn't look like where we came in.
Don't worry. I had old Geo open a shortcut.
Darn it.
They found something else at the school? We need to pick up the pace. Giovanni said we could find the divine revelations of the elation inside the light orb. Don't tell me this orb is another tavern room.
Bingo, your intuition's spot on. It isn't just a light-polluting orb. Think of it as a shrine for fools. The youngsters only revoked the Laughter's right to enter the tavern. They don't reject things associated with them. Inside this light orb is a miracle tied to Aha. It responds to any fool who approaches. Let me show you something mind-blowing. Here we go. Open sesame! I said, open sesame! Open sesame! Sesame? Open? Hooray! So in their eyes, I don't even count as a masked fool anymore! What a wonderful surprise! The imposter stole my identity too!
The good news is, at least one of us is still a masked fool.
Hey! That's way too harsh. I hate to admit it, but gray hair, it's opened for you. The light orb has acknowledged you.
So, this is the miracle you meant?
Yes. Among the masked fools, a myth is told. When the Master of Elation climbed the highest boughs of the Tree of Existence, they glimpsed the cold, abhorrent void. The stars turned like machinery, and all meaning yielded to nihility. They gazed further, until they witnessed a newborn fall and cry as if wronged beyond measure. Then they burst out laughing. That crystalline laughter tore through the cold, dead universe, echoing through the realms to this day. Many think the laughter that tore apart the cosmos is just a metaphor. But sadly, it's real. The tavern folks call this thing the echo of primordial laughter. It tore open a spatial rift. They say other tavern branches have this too, in multiple locations. No one knows how many there are, or what their existence means. When we shout into it, there's no echo. Toss in trash, and it merrily swallows it all. No one knows if this thing will keep widening and swallow the tavern whole. Either way, it just sits there, right over there, motionless, grinning at us forever. Just stick your hand in there. It's said, at a turning point of destiny, a fool need only reach into the rift and grasp something. The tavern folks call it the laughter's gift. No one knows what this thing will bring to those who seek it, fortune or otherwise. But one thing's for sure. Your destiny's bound to get much more chaotic. Hey, gray hair. Wanna give it a try? Ready to try your luck? Ready to try your...
Akivili, have mercy. In Akivili's name. Please don't hurt me. My hand doesn't taste good. Is this?
Huh? What's this?
Laughter above, they really answered! But what's their deal giving you another mimetic virus?
Now I get it. Audiences infected with the Sparxie virus naturally won't be able to resist Sparxie. We'd end up like that soon after breaking into the school. But if we're already infected with another mimetic virus, well, that changes things. And this banana serves exactly that purpose, to buy us some time to resist. The elation really has a twisted sense of humor, huh? All right, let's move.
Who are you two? Haven't you heard the rule? Only one fool's allowed in here at a time.
Who am I? Well, just a passing detective and his assistant. Have I been asleep too long? Or has humanity sunk so low they don't even care if they turn into monkeys?
Meanwhile, the ignorant criminals believed they had discovered a treasure that could change their destiny, completely unaware that what they held in their hands could shatter the sanity of the entire world.
Hey, Mr. N, cut the narration when it's time to fight.
Well, I gotta do something, right? Like this?
Whatever floats your boat. Now, listen up, you three. Put that banana down and walk away, and I'll let bygones be bygones. But if you try anything funny...
If you want to get to them, you'll have to get through these little toys first.
Are these folks really the Nameless? In all my years, I've never seen the Nameless dealing with mimetic viruses.
The real deal. Just some Nameless passing through.
Mr. N, I've got to go after them. You won't be able to keep up with me. Just head home and wait for the news. I swear, I won't let the tragedy that happened to you repeat itself in this world.
Over here! This way! Run faster! You don't want to get caught by that guy back there, do you? Yo, sis! Just how many troublemakers did you people manage to tick off when you landed? Good old Sempo came through with top-notch service, saving your lives in the nick of time.
Thank you, Mr. Sampo. Now that we're all set, it's time to head to Graphia Academy for the rescue mission. Mr. Sampo, do you know which door in the tavern can get us back to the city the quickest?
You don't even need to ask. When it comes to knowing all the secret passages and shortcuts in this tavern, you won't find anyone who can match old Sempo.
Then lead the way.
Your thoughts tell me that you still have doubts about me. Did you ask to meet here so I could clear up some of your doubts?
Greetings, Lady Yao Guang.
Being able to hear others' thoughts anytime. This tuning ability sure comes in handy.
Compared to the seer strategist's ability to come and go as she pleases, this is nothing but a parlor trick. I've heard that Xianzhou folks are big on etiquette, yet here I am, and you're still playing hide and seek, General. Isn't that a bit discourteous?
Sorry. I have this old problem of suddenly disappearing. It's really something beyond my control. As for the reason, I'm afraid I can't disclose it. Please forgive my rudeness. Or, if you're truly that curious, why not use your tuning and find out?
You know I won't do that. Besides, I couldn't even if I wanted to right now.
Couldn't.
At this moment, the crowd's thoughts are crashing over me like a tidal wave. I can't block out all this mental noise. Just keeping my own thoughts from getting tangled up in everyone else's is hard enough.
I see. So that's why. When you were speaking with Miss Himiko earlier, I accidentally intruded on your private conversation.
My tuning is spiraling out of control. This mask is distorting my abilities.
I see it differently. The loss of control is temporary. That mask is amplifying your power.
How is this possible? This tuning power is bestowed by the Harmony. How could the elation meddle with their authority?
Perhaps the elation simply poured more fuel into this divine authority? In my humble opinion, this mask binds the supplicant to all beings of plain Arcadia, drawing strength from those who share the same path here for your use. That's why you're hearing others' thoughts surge toward you like a tide. Your tuning is steadily expanding, and you've become the center of this melody.
You sure gave me quite the gift, General. But why would such a precious gift be placed on my face? I need an honest answer.
You want to know the reason? Didn't I explain it already?
Your reasons about me make sense, but what I really want is your answer about yourself. General of the Yuchua, who sees into the future, why not wear the mask yourself and personally step into the fray with its power?
Words can deceive, but only tuning lays the truth bare. Mr. Sunday, why not use your enhanced tuning to feel the weight of that answer for yourself?
Well then, pardon my intrusion, Lady Yao Guang.
So this bird on my shoulder is the manifestation of the tuning's resonance?
Exactly. And these symbols I see floating above people's heads would be the weal and woe signs you mentioned, General?
That's right. To become an Arbiter General, one must undergo 3 ceremonies. The Rainbow Ordainment, the Rainbow's Gaze, and the Bestowal of Spiritus. Only then can one truly take up the mantle and live up to the title. When I was appointed as the Yuchue's General, I was bestowed with the Rainbow Spiritus called Kalachakra Sky Plume, which represents the vision of the hunt among the 7 aspects of the rainbow. A symbol of foresight, verdict, and self-discipline. Thanks to that, I gained the Eye of Ishvara, which allows me to read the flow of destiny. Since the day I arrived on this world, every person I've seen bore a crimson woe sign above their head, without exception. Within days at most, a catastrophic disaster will befall this place.
So, that red glow rising from the edge of the city is...
The blazing light, formed by the convergence of all those woe signs in plain Arcadia.
In that case, General, it's all the more reason for you to wear the mask. Once your sight into the future is strengthened, you won't need to fear the deathly omen in your readings.
Mr. Sunday, have you heard the diviner's iron law? Never divine the same matter twice.
In Penacony, diviners also warn clients beforehand. You can't ask for another spread just because you dislike the result. There's a reason for that, isn't there?
Divining the future is, in essence, a form of observation and calculation. It's an interference with the future. Each reading drives the murky future towards a definite outcome. A collapsed quantum state, even if that outcome isn't to one's liking. To be honest, when I set out for Plain Arcadia, I had fully intended to personally participate in the Phantom Moon Games. But the moment I laid hands on the mask, I understood the consequences of wearing it. Once this miraculous item is donned, the Eye of Ishvara would transcend mere sight and permeate throughout this realm. The Kalachakra Sky Plume would predict the future of all beings at tens of billions of instances per second.
You're saying that simply by your observation, our future would become fixed.
Indeed, just like how the Wisdom Walker expounded the way of destiny, anchoring the fated moments. If I wore the mask, I would become the Nous of Plain Arcadia, and I would personally anchor a destiny that drives us all into a bottomless darkness. We will become locked in a dead end, with not a shred of hope for salvation. Close one. I passed the trial. There's still a sliver of hope in this round.
Now that makes me even more curious. Pardon my bluntness, but the fate of billions in Plain Arcadia never had much to do with you, General. Your encounter with the Express and the IPC was merely a chance meeting. You are a messenger of the Xianzhou. Since you foresaw the omen, that an Arbiter General will fall here, you could have boarded your ship and left at any time. Why choose to stay and help us? To help this world break free of this death trap?
Because I am guided by great compassion. Every life is precious beyond measure. Such diplomatic pleasantries won't fool the former master of Penacony like yourself, would they? Then, how about this reason? The Astral Express has distinguished itself time and again against the destruction, and bears an irreplaceable duty for the future. I can't just sit idly and watch you face annihilation. Give me a break. I really am terrible at all this diplomatic talk. Mr. Sunday, what makes you think that everything I've done is just to save Plan Arcadia?
What?
Weal is where woe lurks. Woe is where weal leans. The good fortune of some often births the ill fate of others, and a dead end for someone may hide an opportunity for another. This treacherous land where life and death turn again and again, where fortune flips to misfortune, is, in my eyes, the perfect board for a game of wits.
A game with whom?
With the gods. Mr. Sunday, have you heard of the Battle of the Fonghu 30 years ago?
I've heard rumors of that war, but not the details. General, are you suggesting Plain Arcadia is now facing dangers just as perilous as the Xianzhou Fanghu was back then?
You got that right. 30 years ago, the Abundance Axis broke our lines and invaded the Fanghu homeland. The abominations awakened a living demonic star, intending to sink the Xianzhou Fanghu. With no other options, the Alliance staked everything on my Junior Soar's plan to operate the astronomical observation device, the Cloud Peer Telescope, to signal the rainbow for aid, using their Lux arrow to strike down the demon star. Whoever operated the Cloud Peer Telescope would not return. It was to be a one-way trip.
So, you're Junior Soar.
You guessed wrong. The one who offered his life was my master, who taught me divination. It was Master Jingtian, then the Yuchui's Master Diviner, and the only high official authorized to operate that device. He accepted his fate and ventured to the Fanghu. Going with him into certain death were Yueyu, the previous Yaoqing general who guarded the Cloud Peer Telescope, and the Verdant Knights under her command. I was responsible for assessing the entire plan's feasibility and mending its gaps. I activated the Decalite reflection barrier, calculating and casting lots again and again. I watched as the starlight, representing countless possibilities, flickered within the reflections, faint, wavering, until the vast shadow of a pondering god swallowed them whole. And they vanished into the abyssal dark at the edges of the universe. In that moment, I understood that I had cemented my master and countless soldiers into an inescapable doom. When the Lux arrow fell, they would perish along with the enemy and that demonic star. All reduced to ashes.
You sacrificed so many comrades just to ensure the enemy's fall?
To Penaconians, that must seem incredibly cruel, right?
As someone born in an era of peace, I have no right to judge. Perhaps the founders of Penacony could understand the necessity.
Cruel or not, it was my duty, and so I had to witness and remember their sacrifice. When I saw the Lux arrow descend, I realized the Xianzhou Alliance had actually directed an Eon's actions. This realization illuminated the mission of my remaining years. In this cold, merciless cosmos, when you're trapped in despair, an Eon's intervention is often the only hope. We are not ants, helpless beneath the celestial spheres as we simply watch the stars turn. Instead, Their trails were forged by us, who offered up a portion of our insignificant destiny. Even beings as mighty as the Eons can be pulled by our will.
Is this what you want to do in plain Arcadia?
Indeed. I will seize those starlights of possibility I once buried with my own hands. Just like the Battle of the Fong Hu 30 years ago. An Arbiter General will fall, and an Eon will descend. I will forge the destined death into wagers and game pieces, and invite the god who delights in meddling with destiny to sit at my table. This time, I will invite them into my calculations, to draw a great wheel for the cosmos' future. Mr. Sunday, surely you can understand this mad idea of mine, having once reached the divine throne of order yourself.
Our common ground goes far beyond mad ideas. But I was reviving a god who already lay dead and buried in the infinite dark. General, how can you be sure that the most capricious Eon would be led by your fancy?
Have you heard this myth about the elation? They say Aha once climbed to the highest bough of the Tree of Existence. Gazing out, they saw stars turning coldly like machines, and the meaning of everything yielded to nihility. Only the cry of a newborn made them burst into laughter. Mr. Sunday, answer me. Why did Aha laugh?
I think it's because they finally saw an audience arrive at this long, empty stage we call the universe.
Oh, well said. You're way funnier than you look. As divination teaches, heaven creates 49 paths. Humans find the one unseen. We are the greatest variable this blind, mindless universe can produce. The universe and the gods set riddles for us, and we shall give them a surprise. An answer beyond the finality. Ah, looks like it's about time.
Don't tell me you're disappearing without a goodbye again, General.
No. This time, we will set our eyes on the same place and carve a sliver of possibility out of destiny with our own sight.
Could you be talking about the school where Himiko and the others went?
Yes. The crimson light there pierces the sky today, marking it as a locus of woe. The Arcadia's first calamity will erupt there.
should have asked you to give them a few secret strategies before they left.
Forget it. The stuff in those pouches is all harmless banter anyway. We should let them off the hook.
Hello everyone! Welcome back to Full Wish TV's special news segment, Arcadian Morning Report! I'm your host, Poofy!
Hi everyone, I'm your host, Snowy!
It's been 3 hours since our first supplicant, Miss Sparxie, announced her entry into the Phantom Moon Games. The performance she announced to all her fans, SparxieCon, is also about to begin.
How curious! Plain Arcadia's day-night cycle was completely scrambled in ancient times. Graphia Academy's location just happens to be bathed in light. So, in broad daylight, what kind of fireworks show does Miss Sparxie have in store for us?
Who knows? Maybe she'll blow the school sky high in a blaze of fireworks. After all, at the Phantom Moon Games 15 years ago, Graphia Academy also.
Senior, you can't joke about that! Dear viewers, our apologies. Let's move on to news about other supplicants.
According to the Department of Aberration Defense's staff, during a routine inspection of the Phantom Moon courtyard, 2 additional mask shapes manifested on the altar.
In other words, 2 more supplicants have appeared!
Although none of them have publicly announced entry into the games yet, the altar's masks mean someone, somewhere, has quietly donned the masks of elation. As for the 2 masks, Department of Aberration Defense staff describe one as a raccoon and the other as some kind of bird.
A raccoon mask, huh? Hard not to think of the Astro Express that just arrived in plain Arcadia. Will the Nameless from the Astro Express join the Phantom Moon Games? I hear they've even invited them to SparxieCon as special guests!
Will it be a miraculous show formed out of the collaboration between supplicants, or a head-to-head showcase between 2 famed contenders?
Countless streamers are already live, broadcasting the scene at the venue. Let's cut to the feed now.
Look, it's the Nameless from the Astral Express!
One girl, 1,000 faces. 1,000 faces, one girl. Welcome to the SparxieCon live broadcast. Dear lovely fans, please be patient. SparxieCon is about to begin.
This horror stream is about to end. Time for you all to log off.
That woman has Miss Sparxie's face. What a pathetic imitation.
What? My face is the original!
Miss Sparxie's face alone is the greatest masterpiece in the world! Everyone should listen to her sweet voice and gaze upon her adorable face!
We shall become Miss Sparxie!
We offer everything to Miss Sparxie. Sparxicle! 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 Sparxicle!
My eyes! I've seen something cursed.
The mimetic virus spread among people is way worse than we imagined. There are walking Sparxie shrooms growing on the ground. I bet we'll all end up with Sparxie, or rather Sparkle faces before we can get very far.
Are we really using that? If we don't take down that imposter before the virus hits, we'll all be monkeys in the jungle.
Become a fake of a fake or a carefree monkey. Your call.
On second thought, being assimilated by an imposter doesn't sound that bad.
Enough talk. Eyes on the banana.
Ow! Ma'am, a little warning before you stab someone with a banana, please?
Come on, banana.
Remember the plan we made at the tavern.
Yes, we dig out the imaginated painting Sparxie hid, then use waves to give Graphia Academy a good banana over. Wash over. But what if that imposter figures it out?
Just try to keep her busy and buy us some time.
Let's do it! Yoo-hoo! Welcome, dear guests! I've been waiting so long, my phone's about to die. Drop the act, my dear Mask. I shouldn't have called you an imposter. That was harsh of me. Come back to Mama's arms. It's not too late. If the Astral Express crew gets involved, they won't be pulling any punches. Of course I get it. Surrendering now would ruin the stage you so carefully set. Total buzzkill, right? So you still don't get it? The worst thing an actor should do is be tied down to one type of role. Standing before you, the loyal friend who's been by your side all along, the masked fool who never played any tricks. She is actually the old mask I have shed. Haven't I been telling you all this time? She's just an old model.
No wonder the light orb in the tavern didn't react to Sparkle.
For real? That explanation is kinda awesome. Look at those expressions on your faces. This is the best opening act for Sparxicon ever! I shed that old mask, and with it, the weak, timid, all too human me. This new me will break free from all shackles, gather my fans' wish power, and stride onto the stage of the Fantasmoon Games! In return for the wish power offered by everyone in the Arcadia, every supplicant must show them what elation truly means. We will demonstrate the elation we desire! There's no coercion involved anywhere in this. It's a simple yes or no, like scrolling to the bottom of the terms of service. Want attention, talent, quick cash, universal praise? Download the Sparxie virus. Ta-da! Click confirm, and you're set.